Hey there, fellow parents. Welcome to the Real Life of Parenting podcast, where we're all about embracing the chaos, sharing the laughter, and navigating the roller coaster ride of parenthood. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jenna.
And together, we're your co-pilots on this adventure.
Each episode will dive into the highs and the lows and the hilariously unpredictable moments that make parenting the wild journey it is.
So get ready for real stories, genuine conversations, and a few parenting hacks along the way. Whether you're dealing with diaper disasters or celebrating those small victories, we've got your back.
So buckle up, hit play, and let's embark on this parenting odyssey together. This is The Real Life of Parenting, where every episode is a reminder that you are not alone in the beautiful chaos of raising little ones.
Hello and welcome back to the Real Life of Parenting podcast. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jenna.
And today we've got an interesting hot topic, potty training. Are we excited, Jenna?
I think so.
All right. So today we're going to talk about potty training your little ones. And the big thing we want to let you know is there's no right way to potty train your kid. This is just kind of some research we did, mostly pulled from Pampers and Huggies, one or two other websites. This is a generalization. This is not a go-to for every single child. Your experience may be different than ours, may be different than whoever else you know, whoever said that they got their child potty trained by 2 years old. You know, you got those high achievers that have to be better than you at everything. Just know that wherever you are in your potty training journey, that we're not going to judge you. We're still trying. So
yeah, we're still kind of in the middle of potty training ourselves.
Yeah,
not personally ourselves, but our kids.
And sure, like there's some days, like, you know, when you just like you try to like sneak a little, you know, you're trying to like push a little bit out, but at the same time try not to poop yourself. And, you know,
You mean like a little fart?
Yeah, you have a little fart that's a little too, let's say a little too wet, and you're just like, oh shh.
Oh my goodness!
You're like, I'm gonna check my pants in a minute to make sure there's no stains in there.
Oh, yeah, too funny. But yeah. Yeah, I think we did look up some myths.
We did
for potty training, and I think we should start with those because they were kind of interesting.
All right, I got to pull my phone out for this
That's
one.
That's fine.
I've got them written down on my phone, not written down, but got them here. Well, myth number 1, Jenna. Did you know that you can put your baby on the potty and they'll just figure it out?
Just like that.
Just like that.
Perfect.
That's something you didn't know. Something you should have known, right? You'd expect a toddler just to know how to use the potty right
Exactly,
away.
Yeah.
They've been trained their whole lives to use a diaper. Now you're like,
expect them to, yeah.
Yeah. Your child should be potty trained by a certain age. This one's definitely a myth. Something very interesting that I read was that most people, when they try to train their child before 18 months, they're usually not trained until 4 years of age or close to.
That's really interesting. Yeah. But then if you start at like close to 2 or 2.5, they're usually potty trained by like 3 years of age, I'm pretty sure.
That was a weird statistic. That was right from, I think that was right on the Pampers website too. It was a very strange
That's
statistic.
Super weird.
Yeah. You'd think like, oh, if you start them early, maybe they'll learn early. But I think you're starting before they understand what potty training is.
Yeah, before they are understanding like concepts.
Yeah, before they really understand what's a peeing and pooing and all this stuff. Now there's a whole bunch of different like exceptions to this case, and I'm sure you know someone that's like the exception where they're like, oh, their kid was done by 2 years old, and okay, good for them.
Congratulations.
I don't know about you, but trying to get kids potty trained when they're not ready is hard. Here's another one. Boys are harder to potty train than girls.
There is a little bit, I think, truth to that.
Yeah.
I think with girls, I mean, it's a little bit easier to just kind of plop them on the potty and just kind of sit there and wait for it to happen. Mm-hmm. But with the boys, like you have to make sure that it's pointing down so you don't make a mess, first of all. But yeah, like I think overall it's just a little bit of an easier, I guess, transition for the girls.
A bit of an easier transition, but I don't think they're necessarily easier than boys.
Yeah.
They might get it a little quicker. Depends on everything.
Yeah.
Your child will tell you when they are ready to potty train. Now, aside from like maybe your kid's older, maybe like you're close to 3 and they're talking and walking and they know exactly what potty training is. Maybe they might come up to you and be like, I'm ready to potty train now. I did read a story like that where someone said like their like 3.5-year-old came up and said, I want to potty train. They're like 4 days later, they were potty trained. But like at that point, like they kind of understand and they kind of know.
Yeah.
Whereas your 2-year-old's not going to come up to you and say, hey, I'm ready to potty train you. They're going to show you some signs. We're going to go over some of the signs here.
Yeah.
And you'll start to figure out at what point should you start.
Yeah, and you'll figure out your own cues with your own kid as well. Like every kid's going to be different as to how they tell you that they need to go to the potty.
Yeah. Once you start potty training, there's no going back.
That's interesting.
So what this one's saying is like if you start potty training your child, you can't just stop or you can't just go back because they're going to lose all their progress.
Yeah, I think that's a big myth, honestly. Like with our little guy, we've been trying to get him on the potty and whatnot, and sometimes he just gets very frustrated because he's not like he doesn't quite understand why we're doing it or whatever. Like he can pull his he can pull his pants down and his diaper and whatnot, but he's just not understanding the concept and he gets very frustrated and a little bit upset. So we actually do stop and give him a bit of a break, and then we go back to it when we feel he's able to.
Yeah, he's just taking his time, that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
You should wait for the warmer weather to potty train. This one's a interesting one. It's easier to essentially potty train them when there's less clothes to take off. Like you can leave them running around almost naked all day long.
I think in a sense it's easier if they're giving you cues that they need to go and you have less clothes to take off to put them on the potty. Absolutely. I can agree with that. I don't think the seasons, I don't know. I don't think that really.
I don't think it makes 2 shits of a difference.
No, exactly.
If they're ready, they're ready. If not. Then
yeah, you're going to dress them appropriately anyway, whether, you have like slip-on pants or whatever.
For one of those things where you're like, like, oh, I don't want to be playing outside. And the kid's like, I have to potty. And you're like, I got to take off your snow pants and regular pants and take off your boots and, try and throw you on there fast enough. And it's like, by the time you've like gone inside, they've already peed themselves. And you're like, shit.
Whatever.
Yeah. And then this kind of goes into like the next one is that your little one should be pant free when you're potty training. So like you should let them run around the house without essentially any bottoms on or anything like that. There is a method of potty training where you are supposed to try and leave them naked. Was that what it was that you're reading?
Yeah, I actually forget what it was called, but it was like cut the crap or something like that method or something like that. I can't remember what it was exactly called. But yeah, it was essentially you let your little one naked throughout the whole day, no traveling, just stay home with your little one and basically watch for cues or watch for them to basically, like pee or poop or whatever they're doing.
Clean the mess up before
yeah, exactly. But they did say this method is a lot harder if you have carpeted floors. I wonder why.
As long as you're not like taking it and like smearing it on the walls.
Yeah.
That'd be
gross.
Fun. Can't pay me enough for that shit. Wait, we don't get paid as parents, do we?
We get paid with love.
Yeah. Oh, get paid with love. That's what matters.
Exactly.
Not the hair pulling or the screaming or the. They were like screaming up a storm there. She's so loud.
And when she gets tired, she gets really, really cranky. And she just gets very cranky and very loud.
Just sitting there like, come on.
Yeah, even the dog gets up off the couch and like starts pacing around the house because it's probably super loud for his ears, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. It's loud for our ears.
Yeah, I know. And like he's just pacing around the house when she's screaming.
Yeah.
Poor puppy.
Well, anyways, we got one more myth that we found. If you start potty training during the day, then they should be dry at night. That's pretty much a complete no. Like,
Yeah.
so daytime potty training is definitely different than nighttime potty training. And it's I think that's a really big learning curve, is trying not to wet the bed kind of thing, or pee at night.
Yeah, and I think
that comes with age, more or less.
Not only that, but I think it comes with your child's sleep pattern too. Like if they're up at night once or twice a night, it's like, okay, maybe they do need to go to the bathroom in between getting them back to sleep. But like with Liam, he sleeps at night usually. He's not usually up at night. So like I think we've had a few nights where like we change him in the morning and like his diaper is dry. Like he hadn't went at all during the night. So like that's good. But
yeah, he's really good at holding his bladder.
yeah.
Like, he just doesn't understand the potty quite yet. Like, and it's a bit frustrating, but
it's a learning curve.
We're kind of getting there. Lily's starting to pick it up.
Yeah.
She's young, but she's really starting to kind of understand and pick it up.
She had her first pee on the potty today, actually. Yeah, it was so exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you said she was pretty excited, eh?
Yeah, she was like pointing and everything. She's like, da, da. Like she always says da right now for like literally everything. So like, yeah, she was really, really excited, like pointing at him, like, yes, honey, like you peed. Good job in the potty.
Yeah.
And Liam's also peed in the potty once as well. But other than that, we haven't really had
it's been a little bit hard
too much luck with them. It's hard to know when to put them on the potty. Like, because sometimes you just like they had literally just peed and it's like you're just putting them on the potty and they just peed and it's like, oh.
It's like,
but
kind of defeats the purpose.
It's just trying to time it, I think, is the big thing for us.
Yeah, that can be a little frustrating. Being on a schedule, I think, helps, right?
Yeah.
Nap time, like before and after, meal times, all that stuff. Waking up in the morning. I think those are all like pretty normal times. And obviously, if your child's talking to you and telling you they got to go to the bathroom, then put them on the bathroom kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Like that kind of leads us into like our next little topic there, the signs for potty training. Different signs that we can notice for potty training, such as if they are starting to show interest in the potty, or they might question what you're doing, or they might imitate you. And like, you're sitting on the toilet and then they might come and sit on their potty, or maybe after you're done on the toilet, they try to climb up to sit on there, or if you have something. And that's one of the signs where I think they're starting to show you that they're interested. Maybe not ready, but they're definitely interested at that point.
Well, there's that, or there's even like communicating, that they have a dirty diaper, or they're using words like pee pee or poo poo in regards to what they need to do, and also making that connection as to like going to the bathroom, like they're pointing right to the bathroom kind of thing. Like they need to go to the bathroom. They may not be telling you that they need to pee or poo, but they're pointing at the bathroom. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. They're trying to tell you something.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if they can't say the words, they're trying to communicate to you.
Yeah.
And that's something that you might need to pay more attention to, maybe pick up on, kind of thing. And that's really like the connection to use the bathroom. They might copy your behavior. I think we kind of went over that a little bit. Yeah. Or they'll sit on the toilet, maybe they'll pull their pants down or something, or try to get naked or something of that nature. And we have they can keep the dryer or their diaper dry for more than 2 hours. That shows that they start to have bladder control, and maybe they're waiting to actually use the potty.
Well, and it's the same thing at night too, like we were saying earlier, like a really good indication, even if you can't like say that they're holding it for 2 hours, even if they have a dry diaper in the morning, then you know that they have the bladder control to start the potty training during the day.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely it. Like if they definitely have the bladder control.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Another big thing is that they've got to be patient enough to sit on the potty to pee or poo. I know with Lily, she is starting to kind of pick it up. But the couple times I've tried, she sits on the potty for about 2 seconds and she's like, no, I'm up.
Yeah, because she thinks it's a toy.
Yeah. We have the potty books and then she like looks at them, like the Peppa Pig one, and she's just like, boop, boop, boop. And then she's like, okay, done, sit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's not too sure.
She thinks she thinks it's more of a toy.
Yeah, so she hasn't figured out that it's for potty.
Yeah.
I knew she had to poop, and she was squatting down, and she was going, face was going all red and stuff, and I'm like, do you need to go potty, girly? And she kind of looked at me, and then like, do you need to go to the bathroom? And she got up, and we went over and sat her on there, and I'd taken her pants off and her diaper, and then she sat on, and she stood up immediately. I was like, no, you got to sit. And then we got the book and read for like 10 seconds. And she got up again and then down and up kind of thing a couple times. And I was like, all right, I got to go. I was like, shit, now I need a diaper. So I had to run and go grab a diaper. And that time she had like ran to the bathroom, like pantsless, just like whatever. And then I got her to come back in the bathroom and laid her down. As soon as I laid her down, she had like a little poop that came out. And I was like, I couldn't just do that in the toilet.
And it just like gave me another like couple minutes.
So then I had toilet paper right next to me. So I cleaned it up quick. And I was like, well, I need a baby wipe to wipe poop up. It's not really wipe it. You can't really wipe poop with the toilet paper too well.
No.
That makes you wonder why we use toilet paper. Oh, that's gross. Probably get a bidet. But anyway, so I had to get up, go grab the baby wipes out of the living room, and then come back and wipe her quick, put her diaper on. 10 minutes later, there's a massive turd in her diaper, and I was like, of course. It was after Liam had a massive turd too. They both had big poops that day.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was a little long-winded, but
no, I think like that was the same with her today. Actually, she had gotten up a couple times, and like I just kind of calmly told her, "Oh no, like just sit, and we'll read Peppa Pig, like because that's the book that she really liked to read today." And I was like, "Oh no, just sit." And she sat right back down, and like she sat there, and she was going through her book, and eventually she just peed, and then I praised her, and I was like, "Good girl."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a learning experience for
I tried to praise her too when you came in. You were like, "Oh, she did pee in there." I was like, "Oh, you went pee, Lily," and she wasn't too excited. She was just like, "I want to go play."
I like to do that with the kids sometimes. Like whenever they do something good in the bathroom, or whatever, I was like, "Oh, go tell Dad what you did." Like,
well, to get like the praise and the reward, it really helps. Like,
it does.
Yeah, that kind of atmosphere. So that was some steps for like, not steps. Sorry, that was more like
signs
that they would be ready for the potty.
Yeah.
So let's say they're showing a few of the signs, maybe all the signs. Who knows? And you're like, I think this kid is ready for the potty. Anyways, first thing you should definitely do is get a potty.
The thing that is like really important here, though, I think, is that you should include your kid in picking the potty or looking at potties in general at the store kind of thing.
Yeah, lets them kind of like have a personalized one or feel special every time they use it, or just like be happy that they chose it. And it's like,
and then they can start familiarizing your vocabulary as well, like potty. And
now this kind of goes before you kind of get to the potty training stage. I saw a thing that's recommended, like you can keep the potty around the house, like around the play area and stuff, and that way they can go over to it, and you every time they maybe are curious about it or anything like that, you can actually talk about what it is. Or you can keep it in the bathroom and keep the door open every time you go, and maybe they'll look at it and you can be like, that's where you go to the potty and I go here, kind of thing.
That's right.
But familiarizing them before they get to the potty stage might help the signs develop a little quicker. Or maybe just like the correlation to the potty to having to pee or poo kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think also using the terminology, even when we're going to the washroom, to openly say, oh, mommy has to go pee pee or daddy has to go poo poo. Like,
I think it's the other way around. You're the one that stinks the.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we know. See, you can't even lie.
But yeah, I think that is definitely something that you should talk openly with your kids about, like not to be self-conscious or shy or
and
anything
even
like that.
not just for like the potty or when you're going that kind of stuff, but also when you're changing their diaper and be like, oh, we're changing your diaper, like this you went to potty in your diaper or something like that. Maybe not that necessarily, but like you could be like, oh, you went pee pee or poo poo. If they have a poop in the diaper, you can show them you flush the poop down the toilet.
Yeah.
That's
I've
always
done
fun.
that once with Liam, actually.
Yeah.
I had just missed it, like just missed the mark with him. And like, I literally put it in the toilet and I showed him, I was like, look. And then I flushed the toilet and he had like a big smile on his face. He loves like flushing the toilet by himself.
Like he's looking at it.
Yeah.
He's so weird because like he'll grab the handle, does this like he's
very dainty. Yeah.
Dainty is the word that we're gonna use. He's with like forks and spoons and everything. He doesn't do things with conviction. He doesn't just like he's like
very gentle.
Like, and he won't pull it hard enough to flush it or like even make a noise. He just kind of goes till there's resistance and he's like, I shouldn't do anymore. And it's frustrating with eating and the fork and he's trying to get something but he doesn't want to poke it hard enough and he's holding it like this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lily, like if she can't, like, she'll either hold it like a dagger or she'll use both hands to like stabilize it so that she can get it. Yeah. It's just interesting. Two completely different kids. Two different personalities completely.
Yeah, he's very gentle with everything and she's like the opposite.
With most things anyway.
He was like sitting on top of her today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I showed you that video. Anyways, sorry, got off track there. So we can let your child watch other members of the same sex use the toilet. So we say same sex because like it's easier for a girl to relate to mommy and a boy can relate to daddy or maybe a brother or something like that, right? Like watching them pee standing up.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, I can do that. And it's like, yeah, you can do that. And you can definitely make a mess peeing everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait until that time, you know? It's like, Liam, do you pee all over the place?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to get into how we can start potty training now that we
sure. So what we actually read was it's actually easier to bowel train your child first before peeing, because usually when you poop, usually you pee right after. So girls usually make the what's the word I'm looking for? Distinction between poop and pee a little bit quicker than boys. But like I said again, usually when you poop, you pee right after.
Yeah, so that was something that was interesting, was that you do tend, like obviously we know that, but with the children, when you get them on the toilet to poop, because it's a lot easier to see when they're pooping rather than peeing. Like usually they either stop and they'll stare and they'll get that look in their face, or
like they're down.
Go to the corner. You just know they're pooping or trying to push one out, and you get them over there before they start really pushing. And then whether or not they push the poop out on the potty or it becomes a pee, and you can praise them either way. And then tell them what they did, right? Like you went poo poo, or you went pee pee, or you had a poop, or whatever it is you want to say. It just helps them understand what's the difference and understands like you are happy and excited for them for doing this thing that they might have shame for or don't feel happy about.
Yeah, and like the other thing is with the boys to remember is that usually initially they do learn how to pee sitting down first. So just like keep that in mind. They're not gonna understand that they can stand up and pee right away.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna watch mom stand up and pee too much.
No, I don't think so.
Get like a good old she-wee or something like that. So once they're kind of familiar with the potty, they can really start training. So at the very beginning, you might think like maybe it's easier if we just take their pants off, take everything off, and let them do whatever. You can let them stay fully clothed, diaper and all, and just sit on the potty and get used to sitting on the potty. That's really important just to make them comfortable with it. You can get potty training books. We've got a couple. What do we have? Peppa Pig, and what's the other one?
Peppa Pig and learning to potty with Dino or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Or Dino learns to potty,
Yeah, so
something
we
like that. Or come potty with Dino.
Yeah, the Peppa Pig one is as George goes to the potty.
Yeah.
Dino, I forget the Dino one. All I think of when I think of the dinos, that stupid, the Coco Melon, and they're like, ooh, 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 ooh. And he's like,
Jigaloo, jigaloo.
no, zigaloo, zigaloo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
It looks like that dino though. Zigaloo, zigaloo.
It's Jigaloo.
No, it's not Jigaloo. It sounds like a movie. It's like a bad movie with Rod Schneider.
All right, next.
Bruce Bigelow, your European Jigaloo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
We have too much fun on here, I think is the
I feel sorry for people actually listening this far to listen to us talk about our stupid shit. Also, if you are listening this far, maybe like us, maybe subscribe to us. It helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
Little throw that in there.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
need some more support to know that everyone loves us still.
Yes, exactly.
Or puts up with our bullshit, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
We are at the second one there, Jenna. I told her to wear glasses and she didn't, so now she can't read the notes.
Yeah, so once your child can sit there, with clothing, for long enough, yeah, you can definitely try taking their diaper off and see if they sit there for as long as they do when they're clothed.
Yep. Yeah, so once they're sitting there, they can just, do whatever they gotta do. The big thing is just trying to get them comfortable with the potty, right? So sitting there, whether or not they are clothed or not clothed, they can sit there comfortably and not be uncomfortable or get frustrated or angry. That's a really big thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about really making it a positive experience.
Yeah.
You can try changing their diaper while they're on the potty. And if they poop, obviously show them where the poop goes. They're like, it goes down the toilet.
And then you flush.
Yeah, flush. And then Liam and Lily love this. They love washing their hands after. They really do. They're like, yeah, we like to wash our hands.
That's like the most exciting thing, I think, about going to the potty is washing your hands after.
Hands under, and then try and get the soap. I'm like, yes, got scrub.
Yeah.
Liam
loves it.
Yeah. Just
yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Always, I think it's always important to teach kids proper hygiene.
Yeah.
With washing their hands after they go to the washroom every time, no matter what you've done. You need to wash your hands.
Yeah. Supposed to. I watched this clip, and this guy's like, it's actually the guy who played Dwight on The Office. And he's like, 9 out of 10 times, if I'm just peeing, I don't wash my hands. And he had a good point, but at the same time, it's kind of disgusting. He goes, my hands are perfectly clean. And then he's like, I unzip my pants. He goes, I had a shower this morning, so I mean, like, it's clean. He goes, you take it out. And he's like, you go pee. And he goes, your urine is sterile. He goes, so even if you get some on your hands, it's not like it's bacterial or anything. Like, it's not going to hurt anything. And it's like, it's not wrong, but I'm not following that route.
10 out of 10, I do not recommend.
Yeah. Recommend to always wash your hands.
Yes.
But teach your kids to always wash their hands at least.
Mm-hmm.
Especially where you don't know where their hands are.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the biggest thing with just in general potty training, or if your kids have done something good in a day, also, like, it doesn't have to be just potty training, is always praise your kids.
Yeah.
For obviously the positive behaviors.
Positive reinforcement.
Yeah, exactly. Because they do really thrive on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like with ours, whenever we clap or say yay, like they'll clap with us, or
Lily's
they'll
doing
just
that
have
tonight.
yeah, exactly.
She was so excited. She was like,
yeah,
that's her on the goldfish up. That's what it was.
that's
I was catching
right.
it in my mouth.
She loves that. But yeah, like really praise them because they understand tone of
Yeah.
voice, right? And your different levels of your voice. And when you act excited, they're usually happy and smiling. And
If
I
you've been
think
screaming at them all day long and then you praise them for potty training, it might go quicker. I don't know.
I don't recommend that, but
I don't either, but
yeah. But yeah, no, I think keeping it positive and consistent is
yeah.
the big thing here.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much sums it up for potty training. Now we just got a couple quick tips of maybe at what points should you delay potty training.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big ones is if the child's sick and you're like just starting to potty train, it might be a good idea to wait until they're kind of over their sickness.
Yeah.
It may make them really hard to focus, not enjoy it as much, especially if they're just like dying, kind of not dying, but like, I mean,
yeah, just better if they're feeling 100% not under the weather.
If you are traveling somewhere, if you're, I don't know, taking the kids to Disney World, whichever the big parks are that cost like too much money to, ever think about. And you're like, oh, I'm going to start potty training like a week before. Like, it's probably a stupid idea. Not judging, but it most likely is a stupid idea. Because while you're at Disney World, you're going to be so busy with everything, you're not going to get them to potty train.
Well, and they, like, from what I've read, like, on Reddit or whatever, like, they always say to make sure that you're going to be home whenever you potty train because, like, you're not going to be traveling and stuff like that while you're potty training. Like
for comfort too, right?
Yeah, for comfort. Yeah, for sure. And consistency of helping them get to where they need to be.
A lot of big, if there's big life changes, that's like, it's just kind of a given for the potty training. Like, it's better to wait if there's like big life changes, like if you're about to give birth
to a younger sibling,
like,
yeah,
or
like big milestone changes, like transitioning from like a crib to a bed. That's also a very, very big deal for your child. So you might want to put it.
Be worse for both things, right? Like the transition and the potty training.
It's too much. It's overwhelming.
If you do too much at once, the kids will revert. They revert.
Yeah.
So you're just making it worse, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like that's not your intention, but that's what you're doing. Moving to a new home, like we said, like anything that's like new, especially if you're moving to a new home, it's gonna take a while before they're acclimated. New apartment, new whatever, new surroundings.
Yeah, everyone has to adjust.
Yeah, it definitely messes them up. And then, as always, we've said this one a few times already. Just remain consistent and remain supportive and stay positive. Don't get frustrated at your child for trying to use the potty. Well, try not to show signs of frustration. You definitely are going to be internalizing frustration at some points, but just try to put on the happy face for the kiddos.
Yeah, just stay calm.
Stay calm. Stay cool.
Yeah, calm, cool, and collected.
Just sit there meditating.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I think it's really helpful to stay calm and positive for your kid.
I don't even get time to watch little shorts on my phone while I'm shitting on the toilet anymore. Now I got this little toddler in here.
That's it. Neither do I.
Yeah. It's my peaceful time.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Oh, but anyways, that is our little discussion on potty training.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, as we said in the beginning, potty training, there's no one way to do it. This is just a generalized
tips
thought
and
process,
tricks,
all the above, right?
Yeah.
Kind of amalgamation of a couple different sources. Like we said, we were on Pamper's website, the Huggies website.
Yeah.
A couple other ones, and I just took some notes and just different ideas. There's different methods to potty training. There are not wrong. They're not all right, but they're whatever works for you works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is for just general potty training help. Anyways, what are you saying?
I think that's pretty much it.
That's it. All right. Well, as always, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jenna.
And you have been listening to the Real Life Parenting Podcast. Bye.
Good night.